阿諸葛亮要提醒我唔准玩。
Hello
OK，上咗
everyone.
啦，我哋 live 緊啦。Hello, good day, hi, good evening, good
Good evening,
morning, good
everyone.
afternoon, wherever you are, welcome and have a wonderful day. OK，所以陣間要瞓覺嘅咧就 sweet dream ，so OK. Anyway, yes, welcome, welcome. 哇，我哋又有Qimen, OK 啦，Qimen. When you hear Qimen, so meaning that today our Jonas will be sharing on Qimen. So every one of you just okay. So make sure you ask question if you have question, okay? But before we start, yes, please, thank you. Help us to like, share, follow us. Follow us not enough, you must like also, okay? Yeah. So you like already, follow already, also not enough, you must share, okay? So you have what? Seafood order group lah. You have the what fashion show group lah. Okay. Just go and spam their group. Okay. 唔使批評我哋嘅，你 spam 佢哋，OK 嚇。So 我有時睇人哋成日亂咁擠嘢，OK。So please be thick skin to go and spam them. Hi Sherry. Hi Edward.
Hi Edward. Hi Sherry. Hi Mitra.
Shanice.
Hi
Wow,
Shanice.
long time no see, huh?
Yes,
係
it's been
嘛？
quite some time. Haven't seen your name here, Mitra.
係喎，yes 喎，so that's why you see we can remember one now, okay? So the more you appear, yeah, the more we remember who you are, okay? So we can up to the extent that we remember who you are, although we never meet before，分分鐘 on the street 我哋見到你都會認得你嘅，OK？ 我就 yes，
Except for Sherry 咯，because we 下下淨係見到嗰個 ship，好似周街都係咁嘅 ship，好艱難認到佢啊。
Okay. So make sure your profile pictures put your photo. So you know lah, sometimes if you go out, you happen to bump into us, okay? 淨係你認得我哋唔認得你冇咩好意思噶嘛。我忽然之間覺得好似好肥，
人哋認得我哋咁樣死愛啊，真係。
好似好 famous 咁樣係嘛？Okay,
So
so
today I'm practicing since the beginning. We started 3 minutes ago. For 3 minutes, I've been practicing how to nod intelligently.
有咁嘅嘢嘅咩？
係So later 我哋兩個嘅 supporting role 咧就係okay. But for you all, okay, you have one thing to do, okay? Whenever you hear Jonas say something that wow, very good, then make sure what you put 11 clap, okay? In case you tak sempat, go and click emoji. So you put 11, okay? So if you agree or if you want something, then you say, yeah, you totally agree. And you say yes. Okay, so yes, then the good things will come to you. All right. Edward, thank you. See, Edward actually picked up very fast one. Hi, Colin. Hi.
Hi, Colin. Hi, Moisey.
So today now I'm seeing our numbers at 17. Oh yeah, by the way, last week, thank you very much. Thank you very much. 감사합니다. Okay. So our views last week very good. Thanks to you all. All right. So I typed many 11 to you all. Okay. So this week don't let it stop because if you all keep right, then Jonas after that, then Jonas will say, you see, I shared Qimen, not many eyes watching also. So next time I share lesser, okay? The one right, you want a lot, right? Okay, so make sure you go and ajak, okay? Go and invite all your friends in, okay? So yes, 我哋就開始岌頭噶啦喎，Mr. Jonas。
So everyone get ready with your Qimen Destiny review or forecast for this month of July, okay? So let us bring up the slide. 麻煩我哋嘅
Yes,
姐姐。
sir.
Okay, everyone. So hopefully you all got your chart ready. Okay. Before we get started, just a little bit disclaimer. Some of the terminology used in these free sharings are subject to copyright material belonging to Dato Joy Yap and JY Mastery Academy. So if you all wanted to find out more information, please do visit their website to find out all the details. Okay. And as for today, it's all about using Qimen, and you all have to first go to this link to plot out your Qimen Destiny chart, just in case for those who are yet to plot their chart, okay? Because today we are going to use this chart to talk more about your destiny. So first of all, once you have plot this chart, you guys just need to look at this section, okay? Find out where is the red color box saying destiny, okay? Then find out where is our 9 column here, basically the X sector, which is located. Okay, that is your Qimen Destiny Palace. Okay, that is where the sector we should be mainly focused. And for those who are advanced, you can look at your open door for career, life door for business or money related, your sixth harmony when it comes to relationship matter, and for the green star is talk about the health issue. Okay, but however, if you don't have time to plot this, and hopefully perhaps you may already plotted down your Joyup 八字 chart. And in the center, top center of this column, you can see there's Qimen Destiny Palace highlighted here. It will show you which is the palace. North, northwest, north, south, east, west. Basically, there's a 8 direction. Okay. So find out which is your palace, and then we're going to deep dive to talk about each of the palace. Okay, so everyone, hopefully you all get ready. Okay, so basically this is the month of the July 7 until August 7, which is mean starting tomorrow it'll be going to be what we call the transitions to the next month, where this is the achievement chart of energy will start to affecting you. And we have to be aware these are the potential of issue, there is a potential of energy influencing us. And the most important is how do we participate and co-create using whatever we have. Okay, so today I will try to provide as much information as possible. So guys, feel free to directly just ask if you guys have any question. Okay, as this is the month of July, we are going to start with the southwest sector. For those who are already learning all this, the 8 columns, okay, basically southwest is where the goat and also the monkey zodiac resides. Okay, so how many of you have the southwest column? How many of you, your Qimen destiny is in the southwest? Come on, everyone. Anyone?
I have
Tak ada?
friends,
Relax.
but not me.
Okay, so hopefully this is somewhere related to you from any aspect that I mentioned earlier. Okay, so for those with the southwest, this is the month of slightly in terms of the combination, we can see there's a snake, there's a assistant star, harm door, dragon. Dragon basically is a Wu Earth, and also the great white, which is the Geng metal. Whenever we see the Geng metal, it's got to be something bad. And how bad it is, when we look at the snake, there's a lingering issue. So basically, this month, there's a lot of lingering entanglement problem, which is highly affected your resources or your capital or anything related to your asset, because Wu Earth, the dragon, this is the treasury. It means it's all about your resources, your capital. So when the snake is there, somehow there are long dwindling, lingering kind of issue may draw you to affect your monetary or your resources issue. So you have to start aware or do assessment, check out what is happening with all your resources. Okay, there are potential of all these issues affecting you, especially when we talk about financial leakages and things that you didn't keep track, including your debt. Okay, there could be a lot of debt or invoices you may have sent out, but it may not reach the target audience to get back your cash, because this month is all about cash. Otherwise, there's a lot of external attraction will try to take away all your monetary, because we have the ghost constellation here. It will talk about there's a lot of external temptation, a lot of attraction that pulling your money away without you realizing it. You may be spending 10, 20 bucks, but somehow the more you spend, and eventually when it comes to quantity, it will cause you to lose a lot, especially after midnight tonight, where the July 7th sales is popping up. You know what happened now, okay? So overall, you have to learn how to defend your financial matter. Okay, defense is the best offense. You have to know how to actually, in order to attack or plan your war chest, you have to understand what is happening with your financial state. Where is your financial state currently? Okay, assess your overall situation. How is the hidden flow, and track out every single of your expenses, and try to use tracking apps, especially if you're using wallet app mobile payment, is more trackable. Try to use it to understand how are your spending pattern. Okay. Meanwhile, you have to. There are potential of because when the snake and also with the hidden gun underneath, and also the yield is trying to solve the entanglement, but somehow there's a lot of short short distance kind of fighting. There's a lot of firefighting where involve melee. Means it's a short distance. You have to know how to overcome the nearest factor that's come to clashing into you. Know how to react, but at the same time, while you're fighting with your nearby enemy, know how to plan and secure your external resources. Mean when you have a lot of people who can help you out there, like consultant, the financial, the tax agent, and all these people who can help you to manage, have a better understanding of your financial matter. Try to build long-term relationship and ask them to help you to supervise your current situation, despite you may be firefighting with your a lot of obstacles, a lot of hindrances, a lot of challenges. Despite all this is happening, don't neglect that you need to connect with external source to find help, build long-term relationship to help you to manage your overview of your financial matter. Okay, so this month for those with the Southwest is all about your resources, your capital. Okay, with the hexagram of increasing, transforming into the sincerity. So you have to learn how to be friend with people afar, and those who could be, trying to take away your money also. You know how to actually keep yourself, be busy, but at the same time maintain that harmonious relationship. Make sure you are, despite you are fighting around, that you are managing internal and external both area, because in the next upcoming month there'll be something else is popping up, but we will talk more about the monkey month. Okay, coming to the west. Okay, how many of you have the west sector? Come on, everyone. Oh, Shalice, is your health. Then you have to take good care of your finance. You maybe have to invest into your body scan before something bigger rise, Okay.
Sherry say want to keep away the credit cards, lock all e-wallets. No, you have to delete all the apps. E-wallet cannot lock. You must delete all the apps.
Then,
Okay.
then later she'll say, "Aya, it's very difficult to delete. I know. Buy a new phone, reset. Then no need to buy anymore. It's very difficult for you to register again."
Buy a new
Best
phone
investment.
before delete apps already, spend already.
Yeah. Okay, for those with the west sector, your Qimen destiny in the west, this is something that you have to really take a lot of big issue. Okay, this is something that's quite crucial, because with the snake entering the punishment, this means that this month, despite the rain, water, and ding is actually combined. Okay, for those who understand the 10 stem, this is a combination. But the combination is not that auspicious, especially when it comes to the west sector, because west sector is the Dui Gua. Dui Gua means a lot of noise, a lot of people talking. This kind of attraction, when the rainwater combined with the thing fire, basically there's a lot of gossip, a lot of scandal. People love to noises. They love to enjoy drama. Basically, they love to that means they just watch drama lah, and you keep yourself busy listening to all the social media attraction. Okay, when that you're listening too much of all these noises, you may lose your own self. Whenever you watch all this social media, there's subject to a lot of good news, bad news, and somehow when you're watching that, you may downloaded all this emotion into you, and which is this is causing you a lot of internal mental obstacle. Okay, with the deception or delusion door here, basically all this are what you have downloaded into you that causing your internal blockages. And when you experience all these internal blockages, you start to have a bit the issue where you are detached from listening within you. So this month they will be subject to a lot of emotional turmoil. There's a lot of noises. There's a lot of things is happening everywhere because there's a lot of, in a nutshell, there's a lot of drama. Okay, so this month you really have to take a step back. Instead of listening to every noises out there, learn how to write them and observe what is going on with your mind. Especially when you're feeling downward spiral, you are reactive and you have tendency to draw yourself into depression. Start to write down your mind, what is happening inside your mind, and start to put down everything on a piece of paper. Especially if you have a journal, write it down and observe and be aware, are this emotion belongs to you or not? Because the rainwater, I've mentioned a lot of time, rainwater have tendency to absorb everything, because water all love to connect with any other liquid form. When they talk about certain particular liquid form, the rainwater will sure terasa one. The first one will react emotionally is the rainwater. So in order to pacify the rainwater clashing fire, we have to use the wood. What is the wood? Jia wood, because this is the closest one available. So take on your self-leadership, aware that whatever is happening to you may not be you. It could be some other people's thought. And start to write down and observe how all this stuff influencing you and causing you have blockages and obstacle in your real life. You know, when you're listening to too much drama or this limited belief, that's where you are sway away from your inner intention, your initial goal. Okay, start to lay down everything into the whiteboard. If you're working with group of people, take a step back. Instead of entertaining or react with all these noises, take a step back, write down what is going on behind the door, because with the delusion door, of course, you do everything behind. Hero star on deception means take a step back, everyone, let's cultivate. You have to start to talk and lead and ask smart questions. Find out what doesn't work, what is happening. Are this even relevant that we should allow all these noises hindrance us? Okay, find out what is the root cause of everything is causing you your turmoil right now. Okay, find out where is the root cause, where is the process, and where do you guys wanted to hit, where is your goal, where's your ultimate destination. Is whatever you guys doing right now, like browsing YouTube, TikTok, all this stuff, is relevant to reaching your goal? Start ponder on. Okay, solve
But
problem before you
watching
leave
Talk
them.
3, Talk 4 is relevant, oh.
Yes, because this channel is going to
Very
help you to save your rest. Big changes. Okay.
I must say this. Say lah, we bias, okay? Yeah, we memang bias. Watch the
Memang.
rest is not healthy. Watching us very healthy.
Okay. So with the Queen constellation here, is all about fighting for righteousness. Sometimes there's a lot of people out there is fighting everywhere. We can't deny that, but somehow their war may not relevant to our daily life. So stop listening like all this Ukraine war, everything. None of this that we can change, none of this that we can participate to make major changes. Then start pondering what you can make changes into your own inward hero. Okay, take lead and start to ponder on how much you can lead you yourself to a better goal. Okay. Okay, next one is the northwest sector. How many of you have the destiny chart, destiny location situation in the northwest palace?
Business.
Oh, okay. Okay, so for as you can see, every time when we mention about the gung metal, gung, every time we saw the gung, we sure will slightly afraid. Okay, so northwest sector is what we should also try to avoid as much as possible. Okay, because why? There's a lot of mental torturing game are on the rise, because this is mainly due to the leadership crisis, that a lot of leaders don't know how to lead, or the way they lead are driven by greed, because they wanted to hold on to something. So when they don't know how to actually maintain, because sometimes leaders just keep moving forward, but they all most of the time they may forgot to look at what is happening behind the scene. Okay, this is where the Bing and Gung are fighting, because this is a yang energy fighting with the yang energy. When this happens, is what we call the Tai Ba Yap Yin Wa. Is also English is great white entering the simmering light of the moon. Okay, shouldn't be that long. Okay, but in a nutshell, this month that for those with in the northwest sector, you may experience a lot of mental torturing kind of situation where there's a lot of internal is like internal self-doubt, self-contradictory. There's all this actually causing you have internal self-doubt. And most of all, the worst thing is actually your negative thoughts, your mental state could actually manifest it into the real physical hurt. Means you may attract potential of physical issue, especially if you have the green star in this sector. Please take extreme note. Beware of your mental state and try to stay away. Try to stay focused and conscious of your thinking pattern, as it may draw you down into thinking that everything outside it looks beautiful, no problem. Body check, everything looks proper. But when it comes to real genuine issue, that you will start to discover that everything is spreading around, and all this havoc is out of control. So make sure you have to find way to be aware that write down what is going on with your current state and try to ask for help, by the way, because when the Gung metal and Bing fire are fighting each other, this is actually very bad, especially for the what we call on the proactive side. So for the gas is slightly at disadvantage. So for this kind of situation, is more favorable for you. What did I say just now? It's actually more beneficial for the gas. Mean you should just try to stay passive and try not to take too much advantage. Don't try to be provocative. This month, you have to be aware that there are a lot of potential leadership issue. Your vision may not be what you think it is. So start to ask for third-party consultant or ask for third parties from the perspective to understand, are you heading toward your direction? Is whatever you're doing right now is actually connect with your life, your ultimate purpose? Okay, this is something you have to be aware. Otherwise, you may be spending time to fighting within yourself, and whatever you're doing right now may not align towards the ultimate goal because you just keep fighting for the sake of fighting. Okay, so make sure you have to stay put, observe whatever is going on. There could be some provocation. Don't be reactive. Okay, stay true to your own current state and don't be, don't try to entertain anything that's coming on to you. You just let it pass by. Ultimately, you have to spend more time to re-envision, to find out what is happening between you and your plan. Are you on the track or, sway off the track? This is something you have to start to be aware, okay? And if you are being attacked, this is something that I would advise you guys to do, is to actually find out the weak spot of your opponent, position them, and then ignore them. It's that simple.
Okay.
If they will try to evoke you, try to provoke you, you just let them sit at their weak spot, and let them deal with their own shit. And you just try to run away and just, be as far as possible. In a nutshell, stay away from drama. Okay? If you want to fight, check out your plan. Is it aligned? Is it a worthy fight? If it's not, then please stay away and back off. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Mitra, I like the way she says. Yeah. Watch, talk 3, talk 4 to release stress. You are absolutely right. Huh? Okay, Rizal, don't worry. Yeah, you can still watch if you missed any part of it, okay? Yeah, you can rewatch. So in case if you find that the rewatch is not enough, you can watch last week one also. Or the previous episodes. Okay.
Okay, so to continue on, the hexagram here is the dimming light transforming into the returning hexagram. This basically means is don't let your vision polluted by those who don't know what you are doing. A lot of people, they'll keep saying, your project, your idea doesn't work one lah. That is based
Cannot
on,
one lah, cannot
yeah,
one.
exactly. But they haven't been through your journey and they don't even know how are you going to do it. So don't let all these noises dim you away. Okay, ultimately return back to your root cause. Why you have this intention? Why are you fighting this? Why are you going through all this hurdle, all this obstacle, trying to get yourself, busy fighting for something that you believe? Okay, save your brilliance for those who know how to appreciate. For those who don't know how to appreciate, then just let them go lah, huh? Okay.
This one here, I must quote Tony Robbins shared one very good example. Okay, so you're saying like, if let's say do you know that if can your enemy poison you or not? Okay,
Yes,
so
perfectly.
No.
chances very slim. Yeah, chances very slim because you know that
Yes.
they're enemy. But
Yes.
those that who can poison you are the friends. Okay, because you trust them, so you will never know that what they put in your coffee. Okay, but not that they're doing it intentionally. Okay, so it's just that they accidentally poison you, so then make you doubt yourself. Yeah. Okay. So I think this one always have to remember. Okay, so if you are feeling not sure, come back watch again.
Brenda,
worries.
if your career palace is here, one suggestion would be to do a brain dump so that you can so that you can sort through the mess in your head.
Yep.
Sometimes you just have to act dumb and just go through it. Don't care about them.
Cold
Okay.
water is good actually. Whenever
Yeah.
cold water's pouring is always good. So that is where that you actually get even more alert.
Yeah, that's why you have the room constellation of Pule Lang Sui. This water
Ah,
come here to Pule Lang Sui. So that's why
Put lei lang
you feel
soi.
like, it's
ah,
like this
yeah.
are not encouraging at all.
I dump everything.
Okay,
A
so
brain
remember,
dump, brain, not the
yes.
other. Okay, moving on.
Okay. Next, photos with the north. Okay, basically this is slightly what we call is like flooding. Basically, in the North Palace, it's all about water. When when the Death Door went to the north, basically, it's all your effort has been jeopardized, and to a stage that it will cause a lot of human factors. There's a lot of disagreement because this one is about the Phoenix entering the prison. Basically, this mean because this is yin and fighting with the yin. Basically, there's a lot of argument, and you will feel drained because when you are fighting in the wrong places when the flood is pouring in, and you start to lose your own direction. This is quite dangerous. The worst thing is we don't aware where is the flow of water, the flow of the flood, and when we don't aware what could actually trap us, and all these potential trap because the sin metal under hidden on the earthly stem is normally denotes the trap. So whenever you walk, you don't know what is the hidden behind under the ground. You may step onto some nail, some trap, and this would waste off your effort despite you trying to navigate through the land. Somehow you may fall into some drain trap or whatsoever. So this could means that your effort this month could be stripped off, and some of the things that your advantage somehow become your disadvantage is because everything is like in a turmoil in a blurry state because all the water is rising up, and water will also causes you fear. So that's why with the pillar and death door, you have to start to climb out and find where is the high ground. Try to see what's going on. Where are you at that moment in that emotional trauma? Okay, start to be willing to speak out and communicate and coordinate everything that is going on down there, because people who are submerging under the water, running through the flood, they may not be able to see what's going on. Okay, try to stay afloat and start to communicate, because the pillar star talk about communication, become the tower which coordinate the plane or everything. Okay, basically in a nutshell, when you try to work something for the long run, there could be short-term kind of crisis that somehow steal you away from your goal because you've fallen into the trap. And this is why you have to be aware how to defend and protect your ultimate true self-interest. There could be a lot of people when, let's say you're in a flood, somehow you're bringing a bunch of food, a lot of packs, and somehow you fall into drain, and all your asset, all this stuff is just floating away. People will just tendency just grab it. So you have to know how to protect your value, what you're fighting for, all the things that you are holding on to. For those who are in the working, your employee working for someone else, this talk about your ability to polishing your own LinkedIn profile, how you actually take time to polish yourself, to update your report, how you should actually let people know what is your true value, what is your true capability, and not just because of a couple of flood or a couple of incident taking away your ability to serve for higher role. Okay, so make sure this month is not about fighting, it's about how to protect you yourself. Go for the long run. Don't let the short-term crisis drown your voice. Okay, so by the way, for those who are actually struggling in your career or in your life, and somehow people wanted to grab something and take advantage of the stuff that you've been holding on, I will advise you this month, you should try to, for corporate and working environment, you guys try to tap onto those high profile project. So at least you participate in all this high profile project, you can put somehow accredited your name in your LinkedIn, your resume, at least, right? And for those not important project, you can just let other people have it, let other people take away. People who want to steal something from you, just let them steal lah. Okay, basically you set the trap for other people to take away all this, divert their attention when you are aiming for the limelight. Okay. 12 North.
Okay. Wealth in
Okay.
North.
By the way, forgot to mention, this is the hexagram of gathering or the meeting turning into following. So basically, it means be aware the flow of the flood or the river. Understand the flow of your current company or your current condition. There could be some pattern you can start to observe. Where are they heading to? Once you find out where they are heading to, don't fight against the stream, the flow. Instead, find out how you can actually let other, basically throw some trap for other people to just focus on the trap, throw away unusable stuff, something that people want from you. Then you just throw some rubbish, declutter yourself, and then keep the precious one with you and slowly navigate away. Okay? Because-
Jonas, may I ask if let's say those that who has this Destiny Palace at North, okay, with these combinations, just now you're talking about the clusters, okay, will that be if let's say because it can be like maybe they're at a confusing states or
Yes.
not feeling good, okay, but maybe one way that can do is like doing some disclustering of house of any unwanted items, okay. I mean taking this month to do
Yeah.
something like this, because I know if let's say when the house is clear, and their mind will also eventually become clearer.
Exactly.
So can they
Because
do this?
the nine earth with the void here is telling you, very obvious, telling you to actually observe all the stuff that you're holding on. You may consider all this precious is somehow an asset to you, but it could be rubbish. So you have to know how to set the priority. What is worthiness for you to keep, how to do the filtration, the segregation, and throw away or distribute it. Let people who wanted, there's always some people who wanted to holding on to something from you, try to get something from you, then let them have it. It may not be useful for you, but let them have it. So it will lessen your burden. So when you are going through, walking around the flood, you are having better self-balance, self-control. Because the void is trying to tell you it's time for you to let go. Void is suck away and take away all the negativity and repurpose it for other reasons.
Oh, actually, the universe energy very strange. I mean, the void together with the death door. So like it's such a a big signals. That things there are things that to really let go.
Yes, and most of all, especially with the pillar together with the Death Door, it means that just imagine in a flood of water, stream of water, you will notice there's a lot of dirt, a lot of the mud is flowing away. It's also telling you stop holding on, try to holding on over the resources that doesn't no longer serve you. With the Death Door, you have to start to let go things that no longer serve you. Let other people have it, while you should go for the long run. Because with Nine Earth, keep reminding you, because Star One is about greediness, fear of insecurity. So that's why you have to start to aware that your feeling of survivability, you are safe. But as long as you're willing to let go the things that no longer serve you, otherwise, if you keep holding on, then it will drain you.
See, Elena, you are already you are the energy is in you, so you already know that this is coming. That's why you already started drawing things. A long
Yes.
time no see, by the way. Okay, hi to all our new friends that just joined in. Okay, hi Tech E, hi Lee. Okay, and then we have JJ. Is this JJ or he?
GG.
Huh?
Gigi?
GG.
Because J in
JJ?
Spanish you will use it as H ma. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, all
Let me
right.
see. Wealth enough. Okay, there could be some expenses like insurance. You may have overbought it, over clashing with each other, overlap policy. It's time for you to actually let go and start to restructure your because the nine of is also about long term security. So perhaps you can look into it. Okay.
Okay.
If it's
Hi
knowledge
Jen.
palace, can I
Hi
say that?
Titi.
姐姐，
姐姐，姐姐嘞，
哦，
姐
姐姐，
姐姐嘞，
姐，
姐
姐姐
姐嘞，
丽
咁奇怪嘅，
，OK，好的，OK，
姐姐
好，
乐，
继续啊，
姐姐嘞。Mitra, if it's knowledge palace, means you should replace. Yes, there could be some old courses that will somehow trigger you to spend more money to update lah whatsoever. You have to start to say no and focus on whatever resources that truly serve you in your in the long run lah. Okay, if it doesn't align with you, then you just have to let go. Okay.
OK，
Next is
Jonas。
the
Jonas,
yes.
just to remind you, because there are 6 more, right? We have now
一二三四
37.
4 more.
嗯，好，
Yeah.
嗯
Okay.
，OK，
Are there many people here? If not, then I'll skip the south or southeast. 咯。
冇啦，佢哋會喊㗎嚇。我哋整人哋喊就唔好啦嚇。
Okay. Portals with the northeast. Well, it sounds like wow, with the black tortoise 6 star level. Wow, 勁抽啊 this time. Okay. The good and bad in this kind of circumstances. The Bing and Gui is basically the moon entering the earth net. Okay. So basically the Bing fire is someone who's a warrior. He's who always try to fight hard on. But however, currently he's in the mist, is trapped in a very mysterious environment. So basically, it means together with the death and emptiness, it means whatever he think he's seeing or whatever he try to fight is actually illusion. Okay, so this is also means there's a lot of miscommunication when you try to demo or show something, try to actually do something. When you try to explain your work, whatever you're trying to do, people somehow just get miscommunicated. They don't understand what are you trying to do. It's like you're beating around the bush, but people seeing you have to park Wu. Okay, so basically you have to be aware that when the crowd is the Gui is basically also the crowd, the group of civilian. They are blurring. They don't understand what are you trying to do, despite you trying to basically in a nutshell, miscommunication. You have to know how to speak the language of the people who are you dealing with, because they are prone to have misunderstanding or different misinterpretation of whatever you're trying to divert them, trying to direct them. Okay, so now you have to be aware of what is the language, the layman term they are talking, understand, and how to blend in, transform all your message, whatever your plan, your idea onto piece of paper with step by step Let them know this is what you need to do. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Make sure they totally understand and try to use the black tortoise to influence those key opinion leader in the pack. Okay, in every group, especially in your work, and if you are dealing with masses group of people, there should be few people who could actually become your how should be call it as relay. You just need to influence few key opinion leader becoming your relay to transfer your word, your intention. Let people know what are you doing right now. Let them know where are you heading to. Otherwise, they will felt like you are completely different. They just don't gel with you. They don't understand what you're doing. Okay, so this month, don't fight with physical. Outsmart the game means you have to take more time to tell the story, tell them what is going on, let them know what they are doing. Okay, let them know what is your intention with clear minded, and then directly tell them just focus and execute it. Okay, that's it. It's very simple. But most of the time, we may think that it's very easy to for everyone to understand. I also understand the what I'm trying to say. What, but the problem is your audience may have different interpretation. So that's why with the thread hexagram, basically you are walking on eggshell if you don't aware that everyone may not be able to understand what are you talking about. So stop walking first. Try to understand because the hexagram here will transform into the marsh where you have to make and blend with the crowd to make sure everyone understand your intention, where you're heading to, make everyone just have a joyful celebration, intercommunication with both party of communications. Then it's easier for you to carry out your mission. Instead of fighting all alone,
I know
learn
liao.
how to blend with the group.
I know liao. Make it fun.
Yes, make it fun. Use your black
Make
tortoise,
it fun.
talk about some gimmick.
Make it
Okay?
fun.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay, next is the East sector. Okay, East sector with the 7-star white tiger. But however, with the prisoner entering the punishment, basically it means prison break. Because the prisoner trying to open the door, try to run away because he have a pirate of the grass star mind trying to become the prison break. So that's why there could be people plotting or scheming something behind your back. So you have to start to be aware. Because when you're trying to execute, because the white tiger keep fighting outside, you don't know what is happening behind the scene or behind your team.
Mutiny.
Yes. So you have to
Mutiny.
be aware. Okay, it's fun to be the prisoner who try to prison break, but it's no fun for you because someone is plotting something behind you, and then they sway your plan, your big plan. Because you're a 7-star, your big plan is worth fighting. But the problem is there's tiny little people that you didn't aware of. They could be screwing you back behind. So make sure everything is under your supervision, and also try to craft a very detailed plan. Make sure everyone following the plan and execute it step by step, because the 7-star tiger were meant to actually inspire and become the leader from behind, to make sure people would be able to move forward in front of you, so they cannot hanky panky behind your behind your back. Okay, so this time you have to start to be creative. Instead of fighting hard on, it's time to take a step back and let the people do ahead in front of you, and you can observe, see everything they do clearly. Okay.
I know，去打小人先。
你可以打小人先㗎。You can hit the petty people. Okay, so make sure you don't expose your grand scheme of everything lah, because the 7-star, as I say, this one together with the Orion, they are very good problem solver. But the problem is sometimes you don't know how to keep your secret sauce. Sometimes you have to be reserved to let people to focus on the execution instead of telling them the big picture. Otherwise, they could find a gray area, try to manipulate it and turn it behind you. Okay, so make sure there could be some betrayal, injustice, and all this stuff is basically because you don't manage your own life properly. Okay, so here the hexagram of waiting. Yes.
Like Jen Hong said, 靜雞雞 do.
Yes, actually it is. Okay, here the weighting hexagram is transforming towards the advancement. So everything you have to do step by step. Don't be rushing, because for the weighting hexagram is all about timing. Sometimes when you are jumping, shifting the row behind and front, back and forth, sometimes you may neglected what is going on with the tribe. Okay, so that's why you have to be extremely careful, observing the timing of execution. When everyone should be ahead of you, they should be in front of you executing and doing all the stuff. Advancement is talking about making progress instead of thinking too far ahead, thinking about the end goal, anjua. Focus on the next step. Focus on every single moment. The most important is everyone is making progress, and that's it. Ultimately, this is going to train the white tiger who have been aggressive into someone is more zen, observant, able to team and manage their team to focus on execution. Okay?
Valerie, I'm seeing Valerie has a question here. Okay, this is referring to our destiny pillars. Yes, correct. Okay, so if the career pillar is ease, yes, you based on this and strategy. Correct. Betul.
Yes, exactly. Okay, next is the southeast. Okay, for those with the
開心啊，有
southeast,
人開心啊。
我等佢
邊個？
拍掌嘛，拍掌落去嘛，巴拉嘛。
有人啊，
佢巴拉，我咪鼓掌咯嚇。
Okay, so for those with the southeast, congratulations, because this is the most happiest, joyful palace ever with the 6 harmony. Plus, with the star 4, is basically talking about connections as well with the ambassador, officer star, with restaurant. All this basically talking about good, happy, joyful celebration moment. So for those who actually are seeking for noblemen, trying to reconnect with a lot of different people, because the elegant silk and sitting on top of the dragon basically means there's a lot of ideas, a lot of people walking by and trying to put in their idea, find way to concentrate, or just touring around, circling around the mountain to try to do something. Basically, it's just like a bonfire or something like that lah. Basically, it's about a place where people can centralize, talk about ideas, have celebration. Because with the restaurant, of course, it's all about chill, relax. Of course, this is going to be the most happy tiding moment. So this month you'll be hearing a lot of people giving you bomb lah. By bomb I mean not the carbon one. It's like the wedding invitation
Red
lah.
bomb.
Yeah, it's about all these happy events inviting you to go there. So for those who want to have a better connection or asking for networking, nobleman help, this is the palace. This is the direction you could backing the harmony southeast. Ask harmony to invite you to all this party if you being introvert and stay alone or being stagnant for some time. Okay, so this for the strategy. So of course you can become the host to organize meetup, bring people together, have a chit chat session where you can build long-term relationship, meaningful long-term relationship. For example, if you actually wanted to ask for help but you have no idea, and somehow perhaps through some big group gathering you can initiate some discussion, eventually somehow other people will point more idea. This is also what we call the crowdsourcing, or the idea crowdsourcing as well. Okay, and if you have some enemy or people who you may hurt, you may have offended them, well, this is time where you can turn them into, invite them, come in to have a chill down, mend back your relationship, start to talk more about understanding each other. Because with the sky horse is talking about everything is best if you can organize retreat, go to certain place to make certain activities gathering around, because it's also a foundation, a constellation. So everything is just perfect on the spot for networking.
Time to get the enemy closer.
Part time to enemy closer.
Time to get the enemy closer.
Yes. Okay, this one, because this is one of the because this is also the bliss hexagram. Bliss hexagram, just like the Gui and Wu. Imagine the mountain. There's a lot of cloud. The cloud is floating around the misty mountain. Everything looks very calm, zen. It's so mysterious, so astonishing. Imagine you guys go to travel. This is the scene. You can see the Wanhoi, the cloud floating around on top of the mountain. This is the perfect
Okay,
spot.
let's go Cameron Highlands.
Yes.
Yeah,
Cameron
good
Highland,
idea.
any mountain hiking. Okay.
即刻醒啊！
Yeah. And by the way, this hexagram transforming to the not yet accomplished means the networking is just the beginning. So make sure you have open-ended kind of discussion. Hopefully someone can chip in, put in some ideas and start to execute something and start to initiate something. So last time, this is the formation where my Siheng used to organize closed environment. They ask a group of people join some retreat, they lock the room and then start to do MLM.
放
Perfectly
狗
fine.
落閘放
落閘
狗
放狗。
係
So everyone was like,
Lily
never mind 啦，幫襯下啦。
Hi Lily long time no see if he don't want to talk never mind act 嘛
Yes, act. Okay. Highly usable for retreat. So you'll be seeing a lot of spiritual, mentally rejuvenation retreat is happening since June. This is the month where the real deal will start happen. Okay, last one is the South Palace. So for those who with the South Palace, everything like the guard dog entering prison, destructor, but luckily there's a live door. What does this basically mean? There's a lot of scheming, betrayal, scandal. Basically, there's a lot of embezzlement that's going to turn your mentally drained because there's a lot of uncertainty because the earth, the mud cannot contain the rainwater. So basically, you are sunking down. When you are sunking down, you are melting away. So all your emotion is just going to be torn apart. So that's why you may feel or experience all this kind of mentally torturing kind of situation where all the plan that everyone already promised, and despite you have planned or don't plan, everything is somehow just out of your grasp. You just can't handle, you can't manage it. Similar like Who Moved My Cheese. I believe most of you already read Who Moved My Cheese, that book, right? It's like every day I plan out everything, like I found the cheese in this storage, but somehow, how come today the cheese is no more? That the cheese has been taken away. All the things that you've been planning all this while suddenly just with a snap of time, you don't you suddenly everything just disintegrate and you can't hold it. So this month you have to be aware what is going on with all your promises and all the plan. You have to amplify your ability, your social skill, how to talk, how to your basically your interpersonal skills, like how to blend with people, how you actually communicate and connect with people wholeheartedly in deeper sense, and try to understand how you can actually help them to solve the problem they facing right now. Okay, not about solving your problem, how you can help other people solve their problem. Okay, so because together with the extract here, there could be a lot of people planning this kind of scheme because the game that you are playing, high chance that this game has been well known to have a lot of scheme, a lot of plot, a lot of basically there's a lot of layers of unknown hidden layers kind of deal, and you already know that. So that's why you have to start to detach layer by layer, try to go to the people, connect with the people, how to help them to solve their problem. Then you will be allowed to see from their perspective. Okay, so make sure oversee the entire deal, keep everything as close as possible, especially when you are dealing with unknown party. A lot of people talk about keeping your friends close, but you have to keep your enemy closer, or people who you are dealing with way more closer with you. Okay. By the way, when you are keeping them together with you, one of the best ways is to actually give the credit where it due to. Means you have to constantly remind them of where their skill set, where their role is. Sometimes when people who are working, you may try to praise them, but you have to actually accredit their skill set for maintaining them at where they are. So they will footing down their position in that particular area, so they won't wandering away where they can easily execute their scheme or their plot. Try to make sure it's like just praise them like, oh, you've been very, very steady, BB, all this while. You're very skilled and talented in this sense. I see you always very loyal one. So he was like, oh, yeah lah, yeah lah, yeah lah. Then he won't try to plot any
So
scheme.
act 假。
見人講人話，見鬼講鬼話，見到就中意
Yeah.
拿就you love you 啦。Okay?
Excuse me when 你正話講得好 serious 嗰陣時跟住我又要陰陰笑下，because 我睇到我啲 comment 係咪唔笑又唔得喎？Color nice 忽然之間就假啦，
假爛啦。
One jialat one I give you strategy already okay? Plus I already tell you 嘛。
One thing Color you don't need to feel 假辣嘅，because after listening to Jonah almost all the sectors 應該好多人陪你好假辣嘅。
齊假辣啦。
一齊假一齊辣。
Okay. So we happily 假辣 together. Okay, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, lastly, and the lesser exceeding hexagram transforming into the influence, it basically means you have to be present at everything is going on around. Whenever people talk about meeting, you must make sure you establish your presence everywhere when there is needed. Don't 無事獻殷勤買菜送西芹非即不可. Don't go to talk to people when you need their help. Always be present, always be their side to make sure you are always, just like DJ, I will follow you, I am follow you. Make them know that you are always by their side. Okay? So, and this is the process. You have to lead people, let them know where is their role in the big picture to constantly frame them, ground them at their position. So everything's like, the moment you start to ground them down, that's where people will start to feel the participation, the engagement, the co-ownership together with you, and you are actually supporting them to solve their problem. So this is something you have to learn on this month. Okay? Don't be jealous lah. It's not entirely bad ma.
Jen Hong say every day see complaint come in. Jen Hong, trust me, even though if let's say Jonah didn't say about this month's chart, people always love to complain on, okay? They don't care whether it's a good month or a bad month, okay? Complaint is actually one of the best skill, okay? People picked up during their growing years.
Yes.
咩嘢都唔學好 ，complain 就接板拉嘅。
Okay, so that's overall the forecast. So make sure you guys be aware, especially the south. You may felt the south and northwest maybe sound like very bad. It's not entirely bad. I already told you the strategy. You have to plan for yourself. The worst thing is that you don't know and you don't aware. Start to be aware, increase the sensitivity of your radar and listening to within you, not to other voices out there. Don't let all this social media try to take away your attention and even your own life. Okay? Make sure you are controlling and managing your own life. So you will be able to navigate through all these obstacles.
Actually, like for myself, when I see like this, what I will use is, okay, if let's say my Destiny Palace is in South, where I know that this is what's gonna happen, but what I'm seeing the moon together with the live door. So I will tell myself that, okay, this is the best time that I can use my learn up anything, okay, or to have my knowledge, okay, to have the informations that is going to help me generate income, okay. But if let's say this month, the people part is not on my side, so then what I do is I just like 抽子彈咯, so I will learn up whatever I can, so that but I know that all these informations or the knowledges that I've learned is gonna bring me wealth. 可以咁樣㗎冇?
Oh yeah. It's also how you actually disrupt your own business model, because it's also when we talk about business model sense, it will means that all this while you don't when your business already steady boom BB, you don't care about the noises. Yeah. Pauline?
I use this. If this is my career palace, I would use this differently. I will be the one instigating the scheming.
Yes.
because the
That's the
moon is
proactive.
hidden with destruction there and with the guard door covering up everything. So with the G Earth covering everything, I will be the one to disrupt a certain pattern, but nobody knows I'm doing.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I rarely succeed at this type of schemes. I only think about it very well because I'm up and whole thinking.
Hey, it's really fun, right? You know, like
try
you say, it's going to be very fun because why? You are the proactive,
And
so means you are the
yeah,
host.
so
You
you
host the
are
game
the
instead of become the
you
guest.
who said just now, Mitra, yeah, career in the south. Instead of just stay low profile, you could be the one to kind of
Spread rumors,
and
skin.
yeah,
Okay,
and
tell people
one
how to.
one way, yep, and one way to do it is the earth also governs ego, if I'm not mistaken. So there you have it. That's the key. Ego. And the way the hexagram change, the n hexagram literally is a mountain on top of the qianqua, which is on top of precious metal. So which means that which also to me, when I see it, it means it's someone keeping their superpower hidden for the moment.
Master planner, the mastermind.
Master planner. Yes,
Yes,
trump card. Yes,
yes, the
Jen
trump
Hong.
card.
Trump card.
Yes. So now you all know how to play the game. Like even Jen Hone already know how to. So guys, keep popping up on the proactive side instead of become the victim. That's why
Yeah.
the good thing is about like Pauline just shared a very completely different perspective to look at Qimen strategy. Be proactive. Start to play the game instead of wait the game to come to you. Huh? Don't tanggugu. Just start to kick action and enjoy the game.
those that
The
who
reason
those that
why
啊啊，
你講我講
你講，
the reason why I rarely share achievement strategies is because somehow I seem to have a lot of all these wak wak type of ideas ones. So that's why most of the time I just
Because
make some
sometimes
money from
we
rumors.
don't understand how strong is the acceptance or the digestive of our audience. So that's why I also like very prim and proper,
because
you know,
really
more准.
correct, yeah.
嘿，
Because guys,
要諗到一
honestly,
樣
when we're
嘢，
talking about 等一下俾我講晒先 when we're talking about achievement, right? Achievement is the art of war, okay? Achievement doesn't care about being nice. Okay, Charmaine, over to you completely. I'll go back to
Mm.
nodding.
I because actually what you are saying now, and I think okay, next time what we do on Qimen all this, okay, other
Mm.
than what is happening, but there will be another drastic way or a proactive way, a more aggressive way that to use it, so that we can cater for our friends here. Some that who like Mitra says, stay low profile, okay, or another type is like, okay, yes, maybe let's take the chance. Because
Yes,
we
of
always
course.
say, sometimes 係咪 in Chinese we say ，OK 危機嘛，有危就有機嘛，OK so that when there are crisis meaning that there are opportunities. Okay, so yeah, then we can have like different kind of strategies. Then you guys go and try out lah. Of course, anything goes wrong, don't come and talk to us. Okay,
Yeah.
but
Jen,
the right
Jen
one,
Hong,
then you
Jen
can
Hong
come and
asking
play hands on.
can can open Chiman class with different level of spiciness mode.
Spiciness, wow.
Have can actually for our tribe actually we create some very very nasty tactician how to position people at their disadvantage. There's a lot of funny thing one lah. Okay, so that's why achievement is very fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
that's why.
even Bazi you can do it, but
Yes.
Yes,
it's I'm sorry, it's not possible to share it publicly. It would be irresponsible to
yes.
share it publicly.
So that's why for those who understand how to play, hey, by the way, achievement is art of war, not art of one to
Mm.
juice. You art of one to juice, that one
Mm.
you play with other beginner's game, but the real Destiny strategist is about how to aware and flip the game. You know where you should become the guest or when you should be the host. When I talk about being
Yes.
passive, sometimes it's better for you become the host. Let people come to you lah. Let people start to complain to you like gentle. Hey, as long as you are living in planet Earth, they sure got complaint one. But
Yeah.
without complaint, then what do you do leh? Right?
If you didn't hear complaints, it must be one thing confirmed. Cái lùng nghe.
The phone spoiled.
Yes.
That cannot hear. That's why cannot hear complaints. Okay. All right. Okay. So 你仲有呢個啊？
More lah. I
So I
think
think
not enough
okay
time to
啦，係
talk
嘛？
about this. Yeah, 下次先啦 maybe.
All right. Okay. So yeah. Here's our time. Yeah. So 就1 hour 到了。So time to whoever not want to eat, go and eat. Okay. Want to go and all, go and all. Whoever you 早唞 go 早唞。Okay. So wow. So 又咁樣就 1 week 啦，OK。
係啊。
So next week 就要講咩啊？next week 就知啦。Okay. So by the way, if you have any suggestions, anything that whenever we ask like this, meaning like maybe our ideas is start running out, so that's why we respect all the seafood out there, okay, like every day say the different things, and then every week, like our friend Kylie lah, okay, 真係she herself every week no fail, okay, and then the seafood Kevin Chan all this like every day also got topic. Wow, that one really respect, no. So Kevin, if
Yeah,
you're
man.
watching this, respect. Kylie, if you're watching this, respect. Or to all the sharers there, all right. So for all our friends, I'm very sure that all of you are very appreciative on everything that you are learning and you are hearing here. Okay, so like the Qimen this month, Jonas actually didn't show us how many pails of blood that he vomited lah. Okay, so we also do not want to see. Okay, so then Pauline, when she prepared her 八字 monthly, also I do not know how much of sweat that she actually have, how many tongs. Okay, we don't know. Okay, so these are there are many efforts has been spent quietly, so despite their busy schedules. So I hope that every one of you, so help us like more, share more. That is actually one of the biggest thank you to us. Okay, so we will see you all, okay, to our same time zone friends. Good night, sweet dreams to all our place, all our friends, all around the other places. Okay, good day to you. All right, so have a very good Qimen 八字 July ahead. Okay,
See you all next week. Bye bye.
bye.